not a comfortable area.
How long have you been putting stuff under here?
I don't know, 30 years or so, or more.
Do you sometimes find things you didn't know were here?
Well, I started to pack here 77, so how long ago? 1977. That's when I, got out of the business shop there. So I put stuff under here everywhere. I born in Italy, in Sicily, a town called Aci Castello, a province of Catania. I started 9 years of age when I put my overall on. Mom, she made me an overall, so I work in a blacksmith. They teach you what to do, file, hammer, cut steel, work in the forge, do anything, manufacture anything. The blacksmith, the boss were very, very strict. You do mistake and they bloody smack you to say next time you watch it, otherwise you get a smack in the ass again. If you file something, finish it like a rail, and you look a bit rough, and he gets your hand and say, come on, rub on that, so you feel hurt. After the war, we had not that much around. Factory and everything were stopped, destroyed, or had to rebuild. When we kids, we all play around with us a bike, a scooter. We run around, when I was 14, 15, you didn't need a license or nothing, helmet, nothing. We just go around. So I start to ride, fix for the friend, got my own. When I was 14, I went to look for a job, and some friend there led me into this place. And from there, I started work. About 6 months later, the fella, he went overseas, so the business he sold to somebody else. So I went to work for this other fella in the city of Catania. I had to pedal my bike 10 kilometers in the morning and 10 kilometers at night to get to the job, and I worked there. I end up then get a bit more money, so I end up use public transport. I used to get a monthly ticket on the bus, so I didn't have to pedal my bike. And of course, you grow, you get a bit more money. Eventually, you get your own transport, I bought my first bike. It was a little Ducati, like a motorbike, 2 gears, 4-stroke engine, not working. I push a pedal home, and then I pedal to work, and I dismantle and I got working. I fixed after a long journey, fixed the motor, so I used to use it in the morning and the night to go from home to work. I found this place where I went the second job, there was 2 brother-in-law, together. Both one was Alfa Romeo mechanic, and another one was a specialized Fiat mechanic, motorista. They're doing a lot of motor those days. So I work with them, so I pick up, their advice, and they tried from 2 person. So they explained to me what to do, and so I kept going with them. And I worked until I was nearly 19, so then I emigrated to Australia. I landed in Brisbane about 12 o'clock, and they registered there was the hottest day since 1936. I remember because it was my year when I born. I landed on the 5th of January, 56, and I started work on the 10th. Wow. So they're five days later. I joined them, my father brother, my uncle, they start to work with them on the fish shop. But 5 days later, I found a job. I started a job with the scooter, which was in the valley the same. It was about 400 meters, half a kilometer away from where I lived. Company I started work was Motor Scooters Proprietary Limited. They were Lambretta agency or dealer. There were 2 Italian work there. The first day they gave me 3 jobs with the Lambretta. They were missing fire, backfire, they were not going properly. So with not many tools, they gave me a few little tools to do. So I started to do the job. Some Lambretta 3-wheeler, they've been dismantled for parts and they want to rebuild. So I started to rebuild them. And the boss was happy because not many other they want to do their job. The foreman test them up after I finished, so they were happy with it. So he told the manager what I done. So the manager, end of the day, told me, "You come back again tomorrow." In winter time, the work slowed down a bit, and they put one fellow off. And the fellow asked me, Did the boss tell you to finish? No, I says, no, nobody tell me nothing. So I kept working. So they put him off. They kept me on. I work in a workshop. I work in a car industry and bike, whatever. And we used to do anything from a bike to a car, trucks, you know. We used to take every jobs. But then you left here, come here, I end up on a scooter because that could give me a job in the field because I couldn't understand the language. Nobody else explained. The boss advertised on the paper, a specialist from Italy for the Vespa, for the Lambretta. The next thing is they put the hours of 12 and 6. They went up because they pay me a bit more too. I was a specialized, but I didn't know. Lambretta was the mine, and then we went into the mine as Vespa as well. You know, the mine. We were distributor for all Queensland and northern New South Wales. So we kept going, and the business was going all right. But when, you know, the Japanese market come in, well, a lot of the scooter and bikes, foreigner, they start to drop down, you know. There was a stage when Lambretta was the first bike sold in Australia, or especially in Queensland. Then the Vespa took over. You know, the Vespa was a better up machine, you know, less mechanical involved, you know. Eventually, I went to Piaggio factory. You know, they show me how they work. So we import direct from Piaggio, but of course, you know, the price and everything going up. Well, we done okay. We will keep on going, but there was a fashion when the smaller cars started to come in. Mini mine, there was a Morris, a little Hillman, or whatever. So a lot of people, they start to earn money. They turn into that car. Eventually, the business will decline because the Japanese market come in, and of course they bring a lot of cheap scooters, so people want, you know, the novelty of a bigger wheel and everything. In '64, I went back overseas, see my family. So I was in charge, I was foreman. So I told the manager I'll be away for 3 months, roughly, but I'll stay 4 months away. So when I come back, I went to the shop and asked him, my job's still there. He says, he asked me, what's your overall? Because they've been away from me, you know. And the boss, when I come back, he says, I want you to organize like you had it before, because being out of hand, I lost a fair bit of money. You give another £3 wages. From 23 pounds I went to 26. I was very happy. I knew might be my nature, the way I talk to people or the way I do honest job. I didn't patch it up things. I always fix things properly. You know, I had a good reputation. Eventually, when the manager wanted to get out or sold out, and me and another 2 person in the workplace, we took over. So I had to do everything. I was in the spare parts, in the sales, in the workshop. If any concerned people are not happy, they have to see me, and I talk there, I make everybody happy again, sort of, you know. A lot of people, when you were at work, they didn't want you to look at, but some they reckon they copy you or something. No, I don't give you the copy, because the way I work, they can't work, because I work my way quick. Now they can't follow me, but they like to see, you know, that. So a lot of people, I ever had more than one customer that say, if you were not there, I wouldn't come. So when I come in Australia, the petrol was 3 and 6, 35 cents a gallon. You know, they were very cheap. So the scooter with a gallon goes for 2 weeks, perhaps, you know. Depends where you were traveling. So, you know, there was a cheap transport. I didn't work to make a big, big profits. As long as I used to move things around, even if you make a small little profit or something, so you just rotate your stock and keep the business going, and it worked pretty well at the time. I think there was another stage where Japanese, they sold a lot of stuff to America, and I was approached if I want to buy some of those bikes that were supposed to go to America. America reject them, and they land in Australia, because if they go back to Japan, they got to be melt them down and reap a lot of waste. So they were brought a scooter here. The price would have been $400 or $500 at the time. They were selling for $150, $200. So they flooded the market. See, they were not bad scooter, a machine, you know, bike or whatever. But break the other business up, you know. There's a lot of people who shut down. They were a good bike, but they were not. They were not a machine to go for a long time. See, when you were buying one of those machines, when you want to rebuild, the first one they brought in were not too bad, but then they start to make things like when a machine is done a certain man work, 2, 3 years, 4 years, to rebuild or repair costs too much. Whether you buy a Vespa or Umbrella, they were gone for 10 years without spending anything. We shut down the business in 1977. I took all the equipment, spare parts, because a customer, they used to say, well, we're gonna get the bike repaired or get parts. So I gave them my address, my number, so they all come and see me, because I sold to them. I was responsible for. I promised what I do, I keep. So I done my duty, what I promised people. So I took my work home. I used to have a back tackle, lift the engine, do gearbox, do this. I used to fix car home, do brakes, whatever. Any cars, anything I used to put my hand on. Eventually, when business went down, of course, I had no more people to work for. I look after things myself. We finished, bring the stuff home. Well, there's a lot of work slowed down in that time, in 77. So some motorbike shop, they shut down because there was not enough work around, or too many other shops. I look around and I got a job with Australia Post as a mechanic, what do you call a garage attendant. I was doing the job, but then they they knew me because I used to do work for them. See, I used to service their machine. They used to service they had a fleet of a scooter one stage for delivery mail, and also they had a telegram machine, Honda or Suzuki, I forgot now. I used to service them as well. So I became the motorcycle mechanic for Australia Post in Brisbane. I had to give advice to everybody else outside when they had a problem. In a few weeks' time, I managed to learn, pull all those machines apart and put it back together, sort of, fix all up. So I went there for 10 years. Then the department, they decided to give a subcontract. I was asked with somebody else if I go with, but I refused. So no, I says I got enough for work home and here during the day. So I was working here. I was doing 2 jobs. I had a lot of scooter then, Sometime I might have another weekend. Sometime the next weekend I might have a couple of scooter, or rebuild. Then people get to know you. They send me a job from outside, different place. They send motor in the box. I used to rebuild here and then send back. So I had enough work. So I didn't take any other job because I couldn't do, But I managed. Until now, I still, I help some people with advice. The people who get stuck or some job, I tell her what to do, or they bring it here, I fix for them a bit, whatever, and then keep on going, It's like a fashion. One time everybody want a scooter for the job. Then there used to be a scooter club. We ride a bike from here over the border of New South Wales to go to the Banana Festival. And there was a group of scooter, 50 or more, that we end up to go to Mululumba. It's not the New South Wales. There was a Banana Festival. We stay overnight. Every pub we pass, they have to stop, have a drink. Then later on, this scooter club become a little bit more, what would you say, that we get together to drink. And I call a couple of those guys, says, mate, if you want to keep the club going, keep the drink away. I had about 50 scooter around under the house everywhere. So I got rid of some, but I didn't know, I never thought of the scooter come back so strong, because to come back after the 50 years anniversary, I worked it out. I had people from Indian people that come from the ship. They asked me for if I had a scooter cheap to take away, but I never sold any cheap scooter because they want really cheap wreck. But then, of course, people they start to bring this scooter from Vietnam, and they've done a lot of work, patch it up and sell. They put a good kind of work, the good thing to put on display, not to be used. So we got caught up with a fixing. You could never fix properly that thing. There was so much crap on, They offer me, if I want to buy 4 scooter, I think it was for $5,000. No, I said the other one, I start to say no, another one, because if I sell a scooter to somebody, I got to look after it, I don't want him to, I want him to come back to me, not. So then on the end, they've done a lot of crap, really bad ones, so I give it up. Yeah, there are people from different countries, from America, they come here looking for scooter, for parts, which I sold some stuff, and then when I realized I should hang on to some of my bike, but I was, I've been that way. I sold a good 51 model bike with a brand new engine. I rebuilt it for me for $1,000. If I had it now, that was fucking $30,000. But now everybody passing away. I've been left on my own just about. So I found other way, you know, other alternative, you know, to keep it going. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a life, you know. You gotta accept everything goes, you know. No good whinging a bear. No good sit down and cry a bear. What can you do? You die too. So just go a bit longer. That's all.